Right, Kirsty, when you're ready.
Should we start?
Yeah.
Okay. So, welcome to my presentation of my film, The Death and the Duchess, the Clark Mystery. So, for a synopsis, when Horace's sister is found tied to the bottom of a murky lake, Natalia Clark, the daughter of a count, proceeds to find out who her killer was. Set in the 19th century steampunk reality, we watch Natalia unravel the most scandalous crime of her time. A tale laced with comedy, wits, and murder, with a girl who will not stop until she finds her sister's killer, even if it means compromising herself. Oh, right, sorry. So I also, during the process of writing synopsis, I thought of how best I would present this visually as a poster. So, you know, since I have, which I'll later explain, this spider, this steampunk spider as the object of the poster, it just kind of shows that to the audience how it will later relate to the main story, which I will. Okay, current trends. The current trends from 2015 so far include action and adventure and fantasy, including films such as Mad Max, Jurassic Park, and The Avengers: Age of Ultron. I would say my film would most fit into the fantasy/science fiction aspects due to the CGI robots and steampunk creations. Other recent successful sci-fi films include Guardians of the Galaxy. After my film, it is expected that other genres of this type will protrude the weird and the quirky, especially if my film is a success from the wider genres of action and adventure. There may also be more modern films based on literary texts, which will prove engaging for especially student audiences. Right, so the general information about my film, of course, because of this day and age, it will be digital. Since it's cheaper to produce, easier to transport, harder to destroy, and you have multiple copies to distribute across cinemas. Suspected running time would be 1 hour and 15 minutes due to the body of the story. The originality of the idea is created from a combination of two Robert Browning poems. I've rewritten the script and the ideals behind it. Unlike most stories of the time, the female is the lead, and it has a different unique setting. I would also like to rate it a 12A, because I feel as if that will allow me to engage with a wider audience. The audience would mainly be women ages 16 and above who enjoy mystery, historical fiction, steampunk, Robert Browning poetry, Sherlock, and the psychographics would include reformers who are into curious characters escaping restriction, and explorers who love challenges and new frontiers. Right. For my budget, I was thinking of possible ways to fund the project, and I thought of pre-sales, selling it to distributors such as Universal Pictures for UK and Europe, Studio Canal for Europe, and the Warner Brothers for the US. Other funding channels include Creative England, the BFI, the BBC, and possible product placements from companies such as Apple and Ford Cars. So this is my budgeting table that I've created. The first column creates the main crew, including the director, scriptwriter, producer, and composer. Then we have the main cast. Sorry, it's a little bit fuzzy. So you have the main cast in the centre. Other clues also included, including the different sectors, which will be a part of creating my film. And then other details such as travel, location, prices, secondary costs such as extras and catering are also included within it. From this, I had managed to get the budget of And this also includes marketing, which is 50%.
Oh, where's post-production?
Post-production.
Is this just principal photography?
No, this includes pre-production, production, and then post-production is it's included within the marketing budget.
So we set from the marketing budget. The marketing budget's not yours.
Oh, right.
It's the distributors.
So I managed to figure out a daily schedule of what possibly could go, well, what I would like to happen each day. Of course, depending on the scenes and how each day goes, it can, vary, but this will be the basic structure. Starting from 6 a.m, where the crew and management finalise plans and have their own breakfast, down to, 9:50, where we start filming, all the way to 9 p.m, where we go down to plan for the next day, and then everyone in bed by 11, hopefully. So yeah. So the entire production schedule would start from the 1st of July 2015 down to Easter of 2018. The duration would be 13 months and 2 weeks, approximately. Pre-production would be within 24 months, which include initial plans as shown in the small booklet that I gave you. The script writing, the casting, location finding, and sets, props, and costume creation. This especially takes a lot of time because of how complex, or you could say different, my film is compared to other films of this type. The costumes especially will need to be modified to the genre. Production will take around 2 months and 2 weeks. The 2 weeks are extra for any scenes that have not been able to be filmed in that time, or for contingency plans, etc. Possibly 1 act per 20 days. Filmed per relevant scene, non-chronologically and according to the relevant location at the time. Post-production would take around 4 months. Editing would go on for the whole time, as music comes in from the composer and any lost scenes are added or cut whilst working to the BBFC. Marketing would go on throughout the duration, including things such as social media updates, trailers, interviews, Comic-Con panels, print broadcast, and e-media advertising. So I plan for the launch date to be in Easter 2018. I chose this period because the teenage audience would be out of school for 2 weeks in which they could come and see the film. Also, Easter is normally a symbol of something new, which I feel this movie is. However, there's a range of genres that come in Easter, including family films and adventure. For example, the 2015 Easter releases included Age of Adeline, which was a periodic drama, The Longest Ride, and Last Nights. Contingency plans. So I worked out a few scenarios that could go wrong and how I would be able to fix this if it were to happen. So if actors were unavailable for some scenes due to the timetable, as mentioned before, an extra 2 weeks would be added up on the end for hopefully that we can rearrange that they can come back within this time and we can film like the scenes need to be filmed. Modding of setting and clothing cannot be done in time. Since steampunk is especially popular in America, we would have to buy some pieces from private tailors in the USA who, since this is quite popular there, or employ more people to finish it. If the BBFC gives a higher rating than wanted, we'd have to use that for a month's time to do extra editing, make cuts, and possibly delay film release, but hopefully that doesn't have to happen. And if we run out of money, have backup investors, or have more careful budgeting. Can I just have it? No? Okay, great. Okay, so the main cast consists of 4 people. We have Sophie Turner as Natalia Clark. She's best known for playing Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones. Her unique selling point would be she's an up-and-coming actress, currently in the spotlight of television, and already has a premium fan base. So this will bring a lot more people to the film, even if they originally did not know about the steampunk genre. Then we have Douglas Booth, who played Jedediah Winsley. So he's 22, best known for The Right Club and Great Expectations on BBC. Then we have Nicholas Hoult, best known for X-Men and The Battle Boy, and Gabriella Wilde, who was known for Centurions and Carrie. Audience profile. So I created an audience profile based on, the occupation hobbies that I feel like an audience member may have, or what the ideal audience member may have. I say this particular one would have an interest in costume design due to the wide variation of costume within my film. Should also possibly be interested in periodic dramas, going to Comic-Con, hiking, computer coding, collecting unique objects in small markets and things which relates to the mystery aspect of my film. Spending power would be low, since she is a student and studies full-time at Bournemouth. Favourite films would include The Golden Compass, Sherlock Holmes, Warehouse 13, mysteries and adventure in general. They would enjoy this film because of the variation of periodic costuming and could be very attracted to this. They'll be very attracted to studying construction and adaptation techniques. Plus the mystery would be a more realistic version of their computer game, you could say. Okay, so pre-production. I've handed out some source material, sorry.